What's up, guys? It's Alex. Today we're looking at some Draft League games. I apologize if I'm not too knowledgeable at this yet, but I'm going to take a deeper look into it if it turns out to be fun to narrate. We're seeing two Jolteons already. I'm not sure about the points of these, but could very well play into these. So it's just like that's very cheap to pick them up. Very standard teams so far. Otherwise, we're just seeing like good Pokemon. The meta gets to explode, it's always exciting. And Snorlax has advantage versus Jolteon, even though he is getting all these spikes. We're getting a curse up, but he's going to leave anyway because Metagross just does so much damage. You can see it here into Flygon. Even so, the Metagross goes out. Flygon has to go out as well versus the Gengar. A dynamic punch from Gengar trying to. I think that would have confused Snorlax. But here's the explosion, so it just becomes a trade. That might have just been the backup for Overpass at the bottom. Flygon gets a little bit of chip heal, and Toxic's the Swampert, who ice beams the Flygon. So I feel like that might have been good for Swampert, even though Flygon was half health already. Perhaps he wasn't expecting an ice beam because, it wasn't revealed just yet. But it looks strongly in favor of Overpass. I think the Ice Beam really helped with that because Flygon could have chipped, healed up. And that was a predict. Let me check that, look that back. Baton Pass, the Salamence, and the Salamence Earthquakes into the Duck Trio. So maybe just wasn't expecting an Earthquake on Salamence. Previously unrevealed, of course. A DD on the Salamence with an HP Grass, but the Ice Beam almost gets it. So this might be. It's going to get. Dionsys gets a little bit of momentum back, but the Salamence takes the damage boost, so it's going to need a flinch. No, so that's it. It could have been something. Well, there was a full health Metagross and a full health Jolteon, so it doesn't look like it could have been something. But the momentum was definitely looked like it was in the favor of top for at least some moments. But an exciting game, I say. Go back a little bit and see what's changed momentum. Like, I feel like it was, like, up until here, it's still anyone's game. Like, I'm not seeing. This was pretty big, because this is what sets up the Flygon for the Ice Beam later. So it's half down on the Flygon, which he kind of needs for the Metagross and for the. Kind of needs for the Metagross. Though it doesn't seem that useful in this team. And then this is just a trade again. So then Flygon dies here. And now it's advantage for bottom, for Overpass. And that just sets up the trades from here on out. Yeah, and then from here, the Earthquake into Duck Trio is what seals it. Like, that makes it instead of 4-3, it becomes a 4-2. So definitely the first, definitely both of those moments. Let's go on to the next game. It's a best of 3. Pretty common leads here. Into the 4. 4 is going to try to get some spikes up. And here's a trap. Possibly wanting to get the Scarm, but Fortress is always nice as well. Here comes Hariyama. Focus punching into the sub. So isn't going to get done that much. Possibly Overpass was just scouting. Another sub. And a Rick Break is just going to take it. So possibly just another scouting move. I don't know if that was optimal. But Magneton has done its job, so if you can get anything else out of it, even if it's just scouting, why not just do it? So that was a hidden power that was super effective into Hariyama, so I don't know what that is. It's pretty epic though. And it's 2-2, so I feel like it's still reasonably equal. Like, the Porygon is of course supposed to use to trap Duck Trio. Not that I can't do anything by itself. The Metagross should be good into T-Tar, but the Salamence should be okay into Metagross, unless it has Rock Slide. And especially if it has Flamethrowers, that should be pretty good. And Blissey and Celebi wall each other, so it looks pretty equal here. 2 spikes on the side of Dionsys at the bottom. Ooh, and this changes things a little bit, because if this T-Tar is faster, no, it just goes into Suicune. Critical hit, so they're pretty much equal now. I guess, yeah, let's see who's faster. Suicune just get some Spike Chip on the Metagross, possibly predicting. And the Suicune's faster, so that's just a Surf. So it's 4-3 now, so it looks like real advantage for Dionsys. In a moment we'll look what exactly that moment looked like, and we're only on turn 8, so this is definitely a very exciting game. But she just sucks in the Porygon. Feel like not too much going to happen here. I'm going to skip a couple of turns. Yeah. So then Suicune rests on the Celebi, riveting. A Calm Mind boost from the Celebi. So it's going to take almost nothing from the T-Tar, especially with the Leech Seed. Thunder Wave could possibly help with, well, I suppose whatever Celebi wants to do. It just wants to recover, I suppose, and Calm Mind. But it just switches out into Porygon as to get some natural cure from Blissey. I'm possibly able to see it switch out here. I'm going to skip a couple of turns. Yeah, it just switches out. Celebi Calm Minds, but it's toxic, so it has to move out. Gets a Hidden Power Predicts into Suicune. Click the HP Grass into Blissey to get the Suicune, so that's really good. Another HP Grass. HP Grass into Suicune. Sorry, I just clicked back a little bit. HP Grass into Suicune. brings in T-Tar, but just HP grasses again. So that looks like a bit of a blunder. Like, I don't know why he just wouldn't just bring in Blissey right away. Because it was equal, and now it's in favor of the top of Overpass. And it just looks like a slow death from here. Gonna skip a couple turns. And there's a T-Tar. Blissey's going to it can't switch out at this point. It's just going to die to the spikes and sand. Another Dragon Dance, possibly to try to outspeed Salamence after one more. Yeah, and let's see what the Salamence does. And it's faster. I don't think the Celebi is going to do much. Wow. Well, that was really back and forth. Like, I thought like both players were winning at at multiple points during the game. Like, if we go through the replay again. So, okay, it's pretty standard. It's just a Magneton. Still equal. Scarm gets a little bit of damage to Hariyama, but I'd still call it roughly equal, possibly slightly in favor of the top. But here's a massive focus punch, which he definitely could have predicted. But here's another. Christ, it's so back and forth. The Hariyama is pretty low now, so I wouldn't necessarily. Yeah, and it's equal again. If you don't count the Magneton. Like, I'd say slightly in favor of the top with Magneton. So here the game is a bit slower, so I skip through it. And one of these turns he loses the Metagross, who was already quite low. So it was kind of in favor of the bottom here, even before that move. From here it's mostly a slow death because a lot of Dionsys team is still quite healthy. And the T-Tar looks like it's going to do something, but it doesn't because of the T-Wave. So possibly it was more in Dionsys' favor. I think especially after the Metagross was gone, like it was just trading down from there really. Because it looks like two Pokemon, but with a Thunder Wave and with Salamence and with a low Celebi. It was over around 10 turns ago. Well, here's the last game. So it's 1-1 now. So it's the deciding game. Just the T-Tar into Zap. It's not too strange, but here's a Gengar on the sub, so I wonder what he's going to be able to do here. It's just a Hydro Pump into Swampert, so I think Dionsys has advantage here. Possibly just trying to stall out some Hydro Pumps with that Protect. I'm just kidding. And getting Lefty's heal because it's it's definitely an Endeavor Pert. But he gets to roar off, and the Endeavor Pert is quite low as well. the exact amount of low. So it looks quite equal here. Smeargle gets the sleep off on Scarm, who hasn't got any spikes, so possibly that could be a disadvantage. Though it can always wake up later, even if it is quite an offensive team on the top side. Gets the Gengar in on Zap, so should be able to get a free click off here. And gets its own sleep off. Risky Hypnosis, of course, it's a 50-50, but it definitely works out here. Swamper's going to get one click off here. And he sacks his own Swampert to get an arrow, which I assume, as you can see here, is faster. So it's just 1-for-1 on the Swamperts and 1-for-1 on the sleeps. I'm not sure why he's trying to get this Scarm in here, possibly just trying to burn some sleep. Yeah, he got his 2 turns, so next turn he's going to wake up. So that would be very nice for if he can get the Smeargle. I missed that, so I'm going to skip back. T-Tar comes in 100%. Zapdos is asleep, wakes up. Thunderbolt on 40 does 45, does a half, and it's faster. He just lets it go here. Maybe he just doesn't have a good Zap answer. It doesn't, in the back. Because that T-Tar, I suppose couldn't have done much against Meta or Zapdos, so possibly just a good idea to let it go. It feels a little bit rushed. Trades the Smeargle for a burn on the Gengar, and with that Scarm can come in and get some layers up, despite at least half of the team on top is flying. Scarm doesn't want to wake up, sacks the Gengar to get into Arrow. Should get a free click here, but if he goes to Metagross or T-Tar, he predicts it. Rock Slide wasn't going to work, so he gets the Earthquake. Another Rock Slide from T-Tar, and back into an Arrow on the Earthquake. This is some crazy pivoting. Really well done from the bottom. Calls every turn. Just tries to get a flinch. Just gets the flinch. And Scarm is back in, so that should definitely be an advantage. And it's back out. So, and he gets it again. He tries again and he misses. Yeah, the top finally caught up. Like, he was just predicting it every turn. And it looks like that. It's a real learning moment, folks. Don't predict every time. And that was it. Well, that was a beautiful end sequence. If I just go through now again. Arrow, Earthquakes on Zap. So yeah, we saw that. Yeah, look at that. Sacks the Gengar. Arrow comes in. Earthquake predicts. It's Jirachi. Earthquake comes back in. Has to sack the T-Tar. Does it with a Rock Slide, but here Rock Slides to Metagross, which flinches. I don't really get that one. Like, maybe that puts it in range. And there the Metagross Earthquakes to predict Jirachi coming in. So I don't really get that. And then here, here's the arrow. Which makes the final predict, which doesn't work out. Well, those were the games. Hope you enjoyed.